considered a positive for this program?
Well, I think, with year two of a transition, really something that I think everybody involved in the program views as positive. To have that type of setback, so to speak, could have been a difficult thing to handle, especially for our players. I think the fact that even though I had left for 9 weeks, Kurt, I think I'm considered an in-house guy. I think that there was a sense of relief among the players, where familiarity and programmatically and just continuity and things of that nature. I think there was an excitement that even though it might have been less than ideal, that things were we were still moving forward in the same direction and building off of what we did last year. So I think I think the kids view that as positive, and really right from the first day I was there, this is year two of the phase. This isn't year one. We're not starting at ground zero. The coaches, for the most part, every coach is back. The guys that I worked with have a tremendous amount of respect for. There's familiarity there. So I think from a player perspective, that they take great comfort in that, and not having to break in a new coach and a new position coach and a new way of doing things that you might have had the decision to go outside the program involved. I'm just blessed and I feel grateful that George Bjorn, our AD, had enough confidence in what we were doing that he kept things in house. And I'm excited about it. When I first came into the league in 1997, there was really, other than Delaware's national championships that they had won at a Division II level, there really wasn't, I think UMass had maybe won one back in the early 70s, but there really wasn't any national champion, so to speak. And then since then, we've had so much success on a national level, not only just making a dent in the playoffs and winning national championships, but being so well represented in the conference. I was talking to Dean Kennefick, the SAD at Villanova, who I worked with when I was there. There was every year, I think, up until probably 2001, there was probably 2 or 3 really good teams that were kind of separated from the rest of the pack, and now there's just so much parity and so many great programs. And we're, ironically enough, I think in the last 12 years, we're the only school that hasn't been to the national playoffs. So I mean, if you think of it in that context, every single school, has had success on a national level. I mean, I think that speaks volumes about the type of kids that we get at our respective universities and the product that we're putting on the field. So I think, really, I would venture to say 2000, 2001, it really kind of, I think the league took a dramatic step forward in terms of the product that was being put out there and really the parity in the conference. I mean, every year, there's a couple teams that are, year in and year out are forces to be reckoned with, but every year kind of someone else emerges and cycles through, and makes some noise in the league and beyond. And it's just, I just have tremendous respect for the conference, and there's no doubt we deserve any and all recognition that we get on the national level. We're gonna throw the ball to set up the run. That's gonna be who we are. We're gonna look to take the next step in this philosophy offensively. We have a quarterback that came in from Rutgers, and we think is a guy that's going to be, an impact guy in the conference. He was with us this spring. I think year two of such a dramatic change. I mean, you couldn't go from, you went from an offense that threw the ball maybe 50 times on the year to maybe throwing the ball 50 times in a game. But I think our kids did a tremendous job handling that. But I think, we have more better players, certainly on offense than we had a year ago, and the ability to spread the ball around when you run a spread offense is critical, because at any given point, any one guy can be open. So we're going to look to build off of what we started last year, and although we were erratic, there were times offensively that were fairly difficult to handle, and I think we're going to just strive for more consistency on the offensive side of the ball. We're just going to continue to do what we started last year. Love guys like Joe because he's so weathered and such a tough, throwback type of guy that there's no burden that he's going to shy away from. And even though we were a young team last year, losing him in the opener really was a major blow for us. Especially when you have a guy that's bringing all those intangibles to the table: a work ethic, a toughness, a hardness, a passion for the game. You know, he was going to be a big part of what we were doing last year, and then having lost him for the next 11 and a half games, I mean, was something that a young team really, quite frankly, wasn't able to overcome. You know, and I think now he's coming back. He's going to be healthy, and he's all Joe is he's just 100% football. There's guys that may test better than him, you know, but at the end of the day, he's gonna be very productive when the ball's in his hands, and more important than that, he's gonna make the guys around him better, which is gonna be a big plus for us. It only is positive if there's growth there, you know. So I mean, you know, the reality is we were a 3-19, you know, and 1,000 times 0 is still 0, you know, and unless, one of our themes in the off season has been, what are we doing to bridge the gap? You know, are we getting better? And I firmly believe this. I mean, in my time in the league, if you looked at teams, everybody recruits pretty solid players. I think the teams that separate themselves from the middle of the pack and become elite are teams that develop the kids once they're there. You know, and I firmly believe, you know, are you getting, you know, are you making incremental improvement over the course of a 4 or 5 year career? And teams that have success are doing that. Teams that have success, you know, when I was at Villanova in the good years, it was, you know, you take a 245-pound offensive lineman, and in a year and a half he's 260 pounds, in a year and a half he's 290 pounds, and then he's a 300-pound All-American. So, you know, the challenge for us is just, you know, continuing to recruit quality players and also to develop them when they're there. So, yeah, there were times last year where we did some great things on defense, finished on the high note against Northeastern on the road last year, but we gotta make improvement, and sometimes improvement comes from within, and sometimes improvement comes in the form of a good player that you recruit. You know, but the B is on our kids' back in terms of getting, what are you doing to develop, what are you doing to get better? And the old adage, if I'm not getting better, I'm getting worse, because everyone around me is getting better. So, you know, it's definitely a positive, because, you know, there's nothing like the X factor of experience, but, you know, we got to get better, you know, certainly at a faster rate than some of the teams we play, or you're looking at the same result.